On today's topic, we're going to talk about form-to-call automation. Probably you're thinking, what the heck is form-to-call automation if you've never heard of that term before? I'm going to tell you all about it and why you need it for your damage restoration and home services business. Let's get into it.
This isn't just any podcast. This is your secret weapon for dominating the market.
This is the Restoration Marketing Secrets Podcast, and this is your host, Sean McMean.
Welcome to episode 35 of Restoration Marketing Secrets Podcast, and I am your host, Sean McMean. Today, we are going to talk about something that's very technology savvy, maybe techno, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's actually very cool. It's been around for quite a while, but the way we use it for our clients, I want to share that with you. And ultimately, this episode is going to help you convert more jobs if you listen in to the full thing. All right. So what is form-to-call automation? So we've all probably heard you need to have on your website a form that people can fill out. Why do you need to have a form on your website for emergency services? Well, you need to have a form because people contact you and speak with you in different forms, right? Different generations contact different ways. An older generation might pick up the phone because they're used to talking on the phone and they don't understand why people are not talking on the phone. My generation more so is text based, right? Well, I'm 44. I don't know if my generation's more text based. It's kind of in the middle. But some people love the text. Some people like to do chat. Some people like to fill out forms, and some people like to do phone calls. Okay? So you need to have multiple ways for people to contact you on your website because people do it differently. Now, if they have an emergency, it'd be silly not to call you, but I see a lot of times that people might not necessarily have an emergency because they've solved the immediate issue, but it's actually a big job and they filled out a form and they're going to be going on to your competitor to do the same thing and the next competitor down the line until they get all these responses back. And who is most likely going to get that job? The first person that contacts them, right? And so how do you contact these people that fill out a form on your website without having to manually go into your email, take up your phone, dial the phone number, call them, look back on your email, what they filled out, all of those things? How much time is wasted in that, and how many emails actually get missed because either your office manager or somebody missed the email because they were too busy doing something else, right? I've got a perfect solution for that, and that's called form-to-call automation. In our CRM that we use for damage restoration contractors and home service contractors, we have a built-in feature that we've developed that solves this problem. So that way, when somebody fills out a form on your website, your office is going to get a phone call within seconds of them filling out that form. And why is this important? Because they're going to go onto the competitor's site and fill out a form. They're going to go into the next person. They're going to fill out a form, and they're waiting to get the first person to come back to them. Okay? Whether you respond back via email or phone call or whatever, doesn't matter. First person comes back, most likely is going to win it, right? So, form-to-call automation means when I go onto your website, I fill out a form. Sean McMean, I need help with a flooded basement in St. Louis, Missouri. And I give you some long explanation about what's going on in that form. Then what's going to happen is the technology around this is going to call your main number, and it's going to say, hey, Sean has a flooded basement. And it's going to read back to you everything that they submitted on that form, and you can choose to press 1 to call directly out to that person. So within 10 seconds of them submitting that form, they are getting a phone call from you, and you can say, hey, Sean, I understand you have a flooded basement. This is A1 Restoration. How can we help you? We can be out there quickly. Whatever you want to say there, right? This technology was developed, or originally developed, or concept came out of the sales, came out of used cars and car websites, right? Because, car salesmen, I am definitely not a salesperson, but car salesmen, they are about it, right? They're commission based and totally all in, right? So what do they know? They know the quickest person to respond back to that person looking for more information is going to get the sale if they can trust you and whatnot, right? So that we took that concept and we created this form to call automation feature that then will allow you to speak with that homeowner or business owner that has the problem very, very quickly. And then you can choose to whether, like, if let's say you get one of these form to call automations, you can set it up to schedule whether it does it overnight or not. If you're 24/7, you clearly want to get them overnight. And then you get that call at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's just happens to be somebody saying, well, we had water damage from, steam in the shower, and there's a little mildew or mold in our shower. Can you help us with that? Right? So that's a deceiving call that clearly is not an emergency, and you don't want to accept and do it 1 o'clock in the morning. So you can choose whether you call them back or not. You can choose to whether you push one or to connect and call them, or you just wait for the next morning to follow up with them if you want to follow up with them. And so this technology is amazing because it really it helps you not only get in front of those people quickly, but once they submit that form, they're going to get a text message and an email saying, hey, thanks for contacting us, call our main number. But even before they check their email, you're actually calling them. You're actually going to be calling them automated without you having to dial the number, without your office staff having to dial the number. And it's just an amazing feature that is a game changer for many people in the industry. But just because people contact you in different ways. I mean, it's just the facts of the matter. So, it's probably nothing. Some of you may have heard it before. Maybe you're using it. But what we find is it truly helps. We get a lot of clients that gets form submissions on their websites, and it truly helps not miss calls and not miss forms. And I think how many emails you get on a daily basis, right? And then you have to make sure you decipher which ones are more important than the other ones. This takes that away, takes guess game away, right? So it's definitely a game changer and has something that has helped our clients and could help you if you look into it. And again, I'm not here to pitch our CRM that we have put in place for our clients, but it's a feature that, that's what we call it, form to call automation. And I'm sure others are doing it because I know the car industry is doing it. And so if they're doing it to increase sales, it works, right? So if you do have any questions, by all means, hit us up at restorationmarketing.com. You can definitely talk to one of our team members about it, but you can also Google it, form to call automation. You'll find information out there about it. But that's what this episode is about. If you're not doing something like this for your forms, you're wasting time, you're missing leads, and you're not getting back to them soon enough. So form to call automation or some variation of it will absolutely help you grow your business by quickly speaking to those people that are reaching out to you. So that's it for this episode. Hopefully you found that helpful. Again, if you have any information or need information about that, hit me up at Sean, SEAN, at restorationmarketing.com. I'd be happy to give you those details. But if not, until next time, this is Sean McMean. I will talk to you guys soon.
You've been listening to the Restoration Marketing Secrets Podcast. Sean's not here to just talk the talk. He's walked the walk. With a track record of helping over 70 damage restoration companies and engaging in over 500 conversations with industry owners, he's seen it all. From digital marketing triumphs to the most ingenious growth hacks, he's got the keys to the kingdom, and he's sharing them with you. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon. But in the meantime, for more, hit the website at restorationmarketing.com. See you next time on the Restoration Marketing Secrets Podcast.